Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fifth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I vow to cultivate good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society, by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body, in my consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family and society. I'm determined not to use alcohol or any other items that contain toxins, such as certain TV programs, magazines, books, films, and conversations. I'm aware that to damage my body or my consciousness with these poisons is to betray my ancestors, my parents, my society, and future generations. I will work to transform violence, fear, anger, and confusion in myself and in society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. I understand that a proper diet is crucial for self-transformation and the transformation of society. For our Dharma lessons, we're now reading a book by the monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery called Beginning Our Day. We're going to read the first half of Breaking the Momentum by Ajahn Yatiko. We can take these next few minutes as a time to establish mindfulness and provide ourselves with a break. We can break the momentum of the mind, which so easily gets caught up in the process of becoming, especially when we have ongoing projects and duties to attend to. It can be so easy for the mind to obsess about unfinished tasks, keeping itself in a chaotic world. If we find ourselves stuck thinking about a project incessantly, trying to get it organized, straight, and complete, we can take a few minutes to stop. If we can't stop that momentum, at least we can look to see if we have the mindfulness to recognize the flow of thoughts that come with it. We can pay careful attention to the mind that is creating time, a future, plans, and everything else, and try to recognize and contemplate how this process is manifesting in our present moment experience. This is a very useful form of mindfulness, and we may find it to be very valuable reflection when this momentum of becoming is such that we can't seem to stop it. When we're not able to step outside of our usual patterns of thinking and instead find ourselves caught up in the flow of becoming or in the momentum of any kind of pattern, and we're identified with it, then it is similar to a form of craziness. Luang Por Cha famously once said that 3 seconds without mindfulness is like 3 seconds of madness. So even though we are wearing robes or are dedicated lay practitioners, we can still share the exact same chaotic mental state as 99% of the rest of the planet. In those instances, we are caught up in the same momentum and are identified with it, not questioning it, and flowing on in the stream of becoming. So we need to use these opportunities and formal structures like meetings, pujas, Dhamma talks, and reflections to break that pattern. For you lay people living outside of a monastery, it is important to encourage yourselves to find environments where you can create a break in that flow of momentum. This can provide a space to establish mindfulness and allow you to reflect on your life skillfully. Otherwise, life ends up being determined by patterns that have already been set in motion in the past. You're simply riding a wave. It may be difficult to find such places for yourselves, but it is important that you try. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.